Well, it's a really neat exhibit I've been wanting to accomplish for quite some time. There's a neat story about the Moody Brothers who had an airport here in Decatur. They were from Dalton City, and they broke the endurance flight record for light airplanes back in 1939. So as well as telling their story, we did an interview with some oral interviews with some local pilots who are still alive that knew them as well, so it's a neat 6.5-minute video. We also have another section that goes along with it that's dedicated to the Decatur Airport, local prominent aviators, Women's Air Force Service pilots, and Lauren Hodge, who is another prominent aviator, as the mechanic for Charles Willard, who was the first flight here in Decatur. And we have a blown up photo of that, which is pretty interesting. And we have the 106th National Guard Aviation Unit has a featured wall as well in that section. So yeah, it was just a neat project overall. It was kind of a difficult one because almost everything had to come from outside sources. It was a story I wanted to tell, but didn't really have the items or artifacts here and photos of my own. So people like the Experimental Aircraft Association and Decatur Airport were really helpful in loaning me photos and so forth. I think the Moody Brothers section would be the most prominent story, considering they broke a world endurance flight record. I think that would be the easiest thing to sell someone on coming to see it. But I also like the section, where we have the women pilots and so forth too, because you don't think about those early days there being many women pilots, but there were probably more than what we'd expect. Probably at least 6 months, maybe even longer. 6 to 9 months would be my guess. So okay. We don't have a set date right now when we're going to take it down. So a lot of these things are on loan, so it'll depend on how willing people are to allow us to use them. Everybody seems to find it interesting, and after our news segment that was done out here on Thursday, we had a big group come in influx on Friday, which helped, and everybody seemed to have good things to say, and thought it was an interesting project. So.